Hi everybody, it's Jen Siqueiros and Linda Fitzgerald is our guest today, and we are here to talk with Linda about her business. Happy Friday, TGIF. I'm gonna kind of wait a little bit to see if anybody else jumps on and says hello. Looks like we have one person. I kind of just didn't want to get started too soon because I'm going to introduce Linda in the beginning and I don't want you guys to miss. But if you do, she does have a website, getyourbetteron.com. So hope you're all having a wonderful Friday. Good afternoon. Hope you're going to have a great weekend. The weather looks amazing. Although I like seasons. I'm okay with, is that going to show up? Okay, good. With a little bit of rain here and there. Although this is wonderful hiking weather.
Well, I'm going to spend a minute and figure out how to be able to watch the comments coming in, because I am not seeing it on my computer over here. I thought we would be streaming live over here, yeah. Let me see if I can find it on my phone.
I'm not in the forum. Anyhow, whoever's on with us, you are more than welcome to say hello or hi, have a great day. We are here in beautiful sunny Redding, California. If there's anybody that logs on and sees us and wonders where is that sunny sunshine coming from, it's not San Diego, it's Redding. We don't have a beach, but we have beautiful lakes. And
There we are.
there we are, we found us. Sorry for the delay. I'm gonna go ahead and not delay anymore. There we are, we found us. Sorry for the delay. I'm gonna go ahead and read about Linda. Linda Fitzgerald is a certified high-performance coach, a trainer, and a speaker. She is a graduate of Santa Clara University with a business degree in management. She has spent almost 30 years in the corporate world, private sector, startup arena, and as an entrepreneur. Linda spent 8 years at Microsoft, 9 years at N Computing here in Redding, California, and the last 3 years as an entrepreneur running her business Better On. Linda's skills and experience provide insights and time-saving tools to help you get your better on, as her website states. Linda is currently doing some professional development at Shasta College, it looks like. She has a setting goals and attaining them class, leadership skills for new managers, the joy of living as your best self, appreciation at work and understanding behavior styles, and small business owners strengthen your business structure. So those are a few things that she has going on right now. And I'm gonna let her talk about a little bit more of what she has going on, and then we will get into the question and answers to see how Linda got to where she is today.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yes, the classes I'm teaching are through Shasta College Community Education. For those of you that are local and you get this in the mail, those classes I teach are usually about 3.5 hours long, and on a Friday, which is wonderful because people can front load their week and make some time available on either a Friday morning or a Friday afternoon. I try to make the classes I teach on the same day complimentary, so you might want to choose the whole day and watch both sessions. So those are coming up. I have a few in March and one in April, so I'm looking forward to those. This is the 4th semester that I've taught for them in their community education department, so it's been great. Each semester, more and more attendees.
That's awesome. I was just going to ask you how long you'd been doing that at Shasta College. That's exciting. Very rewarding, I'm sure.
Oh, it is. It's fun, and it helps the community, and also there's the option for businesses to go to Shasta College, and if you can't attend the class, you can talk to Shasta College and they can have me come out to your business and teach that class. That's your business.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great option. Great option. So I'm just going to get to know you, help the audience get to know you a little bit more. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in New Jersey, an hour from New York City.
Wow.
So on the other coast.
On the East Coast, way
Yeah.
over there. Oh, so how long have you been in Reading?
I've been here for 17 years.
That's a nice time. Yeah. So you've watched it grow.
Oh, yes.
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 Yeah,
Came here when the
definitely.
kids were little, and now they're off in college. So pretty much watched them grow up here.
That's awesome. And then what about you? Did you have the family already when you moved
We had
here?
little kids. Our kids were 3 and 5 when we moved here.
Okay. And what you brought your family to Reading?
My husband's job moved us here.
Okay. And you guys just loved it and stayed?
Yeah, we're still here, like
Good.
raising the kids here.
That's
been
good,
great
good.
for them.
Wonderful. What was your inspiration, or what kind of drove you, or what things kind of brought your inspiration to do the Get Your Better On, to be that coach and will help push people?
It actually started in college. I was a management major because I loved personal development. I can remember being in a class and they broke us into groups of 4 and 5 and they had us do these activities, and I thought, oh my gosh, I love doing this. It was so much fun. So that's what had me be a management major. And ever since then, I've loved personal development. Followed Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, a lot of people for many years.
I'm a fan.
And I've just loved doing that. I love working with people and bringing out their best. And for me, over the years, I loved doing that early, right out of college. But as a management major, I really wasn't ready to manage anything. I wasn't ready to manage people. I didn't have the experience. I wasn't ready to manage business processes. I didn't have the experience. So I had to get out in the corporate world and learn. So I loved it, and I did a lot of different job skills at Microsoft. And then when I went to the startup at N Computing, basically used all the knowledge I had from working in 4 different departments at Microsoft at that one job here in Reading. And then I was able to put my HR hat on and start to do more personal development. But what was so key for me, and I love to share with moms when their kids are little, is I had the business idea that I have now when my kids were toddlers, before I moved here. So probably when they were 1 and 3, I had the business idea. And what I did is, over the years, I just kept educating myself. I cut out articles, and I've read a lot of books, and I kept all this information. So over the years, I was feeding that love while I did these other jobs. And now, because of that, I have file bins of all sorts of topics I can talk about.
That's really cool.
And I actually created, when my kids were little, I created the name of my company, which is not the one I have now. I called it Success Through Encouragement.
I was just going to ask you about that. You said in 2000 on your website that you created just an email address called Success Through Encouragement.
Right.
Okay. What did you do with that? Just an email address, not a website. Just an email.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I emailed ideas to me.
That's cool.
Something would come to mind, and I'm like, okay, I want to file that away, so I would email it to myself. And what I realized quickly is that's a really long business name to type out.
That's how I feel about my whole name.
But I kept that all the years, and now when I coach moms, I really encourage them that while your kids are young, if you're not doing the job of your dreams, the ones you've always dreamt of, make sure you're feeding that hobby on the side.
I see.
Because over the years, all those what felt like little things at the time, all those little things added up to something huge. And then when my youngest went off to college and I totally dove into my business, then I was completely ready, and I had so much material.
That's awesome. That's great. So you're kind of you were consistently inspiring yourself and feeding your passion.
Right.
You didn't, just because you were doing something else that wasn't your passion, you were still feeding it.
Yes,
So you were
absolutely.
still feeling engaged with and being true to you, I suppose you could say.
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. That's really good. Because I think a lot of people kind of, I just can't do it. I don't have this. I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or I have kids, or I have this. So I think that they kind of tend to put it aside.
Right.
And then they go along with their job that pays well, but it's okay and it's all right. But then they kind of lose their little fire.
Right.
Their little fuego inside of their heart to keep them kind of on track. I noticed also that you, dream manager, one of your businesses or companies that you work for, they gave you all books,
Right.
all the Dream Manager book.
Right.
And then you took it upon yourself to be like, I want help. Let me get in there and help find the people that really want to focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
And can you touch a little bit on that?
Oh, sure. I remember my boss gave that book to everyone. And I read the book, and the first thing I said to him was, can I stop doing all the financial stuff I normally do and all the other HR and everything? And can I just be a dream manager? And he says, I wish, but sorry, no. So he said, how about this, Linda? How about if you coach the women in the office? And I was in an office of about 50 people, and only 3 were women.
Oh, wow.
4, actually, including myself. A little bit more as the years went on, but there were very few women, and it was really great. One of the women I still get in touch with regularly.
Oh, that's great.
She doesn't live around here anymore, but I have a great time catching up with her.
Was it the End Computing here in Reading?
Yes.
That you got the book?
Right.
That's really cool that the company gave the book to all of you.
Right.
That's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
That's they say if you invest in people, it will build your business.
Right.
But if you do the opposite, then not so much.
Right. And I'm always encouraging people to invest.
I'm a big believer in that.
Invest in your team.
Yeah.
Invest in your employees.
Yes. So, what are some of the favorite things or that touch you that what you do now? Like, what are some of the favorite things about what you do now?
When I coach people, and I coach both men and women, I absolutely love when they come back to me later and say, oh my gosh, I'm doing this differently. I parent differently now. My kids are noticing I have a better connection with my kids. I have a better connection with my spouse. And because when you work with a person and they start making some changes and then they start feeling different because they're making changes and they're feeling better, and then those changes are rippling out to the people around them. And so it's a wonderful experience. I absolutely love hearing stories. A couple weeks ago, I had lunch with a fellow that I coached a couple years ago. And he was in an entry-level job when I first was working with him, and now he's much beyond that.
Oh, that's
He
great.
was telling me that I wouldn't be here without the coaching you gave me. And that is so satisfying to hear.
Definitely rewarding, helping others succeed. I can concur with you that, for sure. What kind of things, maybe, I'm sure you learned dozens and dozens of things along your way with such large corporations. What are some of the tools or skills that you learned at these huge companies that are helping you be successful in the business that you're in today?
What was neat about when I worked at Microsoft was I learned how companies that have the money solve the problem. And it's great when you have the money.
Yes.
And you have the money to solve the problem. It's wonderful. But then when I went to the startup, which was in computing, it was we need the same things on a really tight budget.
Tight budget. Gotcha.
So then we got very creative, really creative. And then all that time that I spent in that startup was wonderful because it parallels entrepreneur very much.
Sure.
So now I'm a solo business owner, and I understand how processes work. And I understand the benefit of having a process for different things. So it's really the fact that there are processes and that you document things, that's huge. So many times I'll ask someone, oh, have you documented that? And they're like, oh, it's all right here. Well, the problem is it's very hard if you decide to hire someone and you have no documentation, you're training them sitting right by them the whole time.
Instead of a book.
Instead of handing them something and say, start with this, and when you get stuck, let me know.
Okay.
And then I know I need to update the documents there. So that, those are some things that can help.
So with the process, it's kind of like the training process, like building your skills or leadership for skills for new managers or setting goals. Like when you set a goal, do you create a process to create that goal? Almost like steps, like a vision board and things like that?
The number one thing I like to do with people when it comes to goals is first figure out why they want it. Because before they put a lot of effort toward a goal, you want to make sure it's the right goal for them.
Yeah.
If it isn't the right goal, they can get so frustrated by working toward it, and then finding out, gosh, this really wasn't ideal for me. Why did I spend so much time? I said, if your why for your goal isn't big enough, then just take a coin, throw it in the fountain, make it a wish, and move on. Because it's so frustrating to see people that are just like, knocking their head against a wall because their why isn't big enough. Well, when you have a big why, when your reason for your goal is big, then you have some fire. Then you have something behind you that when it's hard, you're going to work through the hard instead of giving up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not just going to go, eh.
So the first step is, what is your why? And then the second step is, let's start making steps toward it. Because you might not know all the way to that goal. Mm-hmm. But if we can just get you moving toward it. And if you ever look at my logo, it says improve every day on it. Mm-hmm. And the idea toward your goal is improve every day. Get toward it. Move toward it a little bit every day. Have some time in your calendar specifically blocked off toward working toward that goal.
Kind of like show up.
Yes.
Even if it's just a little baby step, at least you show up.
Exactly.
Gotcha. That's awesome. That's great. Let's see. What would be your best marketing advice for others trying to promote best social media marketing advice for others trying to promote their businesses?
For me, I use Facebook Live a lot. I just recently started doing it regularly. Now I do Facebook Live at lunchtime on Monday, so at about 12:10.
That's good.
On Mondays.
People can kind of log in while they're having some lunch. That's smart.
The trick with Facebook Live is keep them short. That's what I've found. Like 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. When it's much longer, people say, I don't have time. You know, I'm on a lunch break and I really want to enjoy my lunch, but can you give me some information? So I like Facebook Live a lot, and I also really believe in the old-fashioned marketing of meeting people and getting yourself out there.
Energy.
Let people get to know who you are, because it's great for the fact with the internet I can meet people that don't live near me, but I want to be involved in my town, and I want to be able to improve and help people local make changes. So I like the idea of staying connected with people.
I think it's great. I think it's kind of gone to the wayside, and I think human connection in person, like the meetings that we have at Women in a Vision, I think it's great meeting all the different personalities and all the different energy, and just everybody has something to learn. Like, none of us are masters, and we all have something to learn from each other. So I agree with you 110% on that note. How did you come across Women of Vision? How did you find Maurice and the gang?
Good old Facebook. Facebook, I was, back in June, I saw an invitation to her first Facebook event, which was June 17th, I believe.
Wow.
And I looked at the list. There were a lot of women signed up for it. And I've lived here 16, 17 years. I didn't know anyone on the list at all. And I thought,
these people?
I'm going to meet a lot of people. So I signed up. It was a 2-hour event, and I think I left after 3.5 hours because I stayed and socialized for so long.
Yeah.
And then after that event, I talked with Marissa, and she's like, you know, I told her I could do a vision board class. So I taught the next one, which was on vision boards.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully we'll do that again, because I'll sign up this time. What else do you have in the works? I know we touched on a little bit of the Shasta College thing. I noticed on your website you have a lot of options to sign up for things. I was going to try and start the assessment.
Okay.
What was it called specifically?
Get Your Better On
Get
Assessment.
Your Better On Assessment.
Yes.
I was going to try and sign up for that. But what else do you have on the website that you can offer to everybody?
I have the assessment, which is a great way for you to find out what areas of your life could use a little more focus right now. And other things I have is people can sign up for a free hour of coaching with me. I shouldn't say, well, I don't say free. Sorry.
Rewind.
Sign up for an hour of coaching with me. There are times that I meet people, you know, and afterward we'll meet at a live function and they'll say, oh gosh, I felt like I just had a coaching experience. So that happens too.
Yes.
So those are the free opportunities.
Yes.
I also have different types of coaching, group coaching, one-to-one coaching. What I just started last month is a monthly membership.
Awesome.
It's called Strive and Thrive Monthly Mastery Membership. And it's for men and women working to achieve their dreams. And it's helping you get those dreams closer. You know, part of it is turning them into goals and then striving toward them. So I teach part of that program is each month there's going to be 2 sessions of high performance coaching.
Wow.
And each month I connect you with something, and often it's a person or it could be a book, or it could be a new skill. So I want to make sure I connect you with the tools that I'm using. And then there's a session of training where I share with you my training programs.
Oh, that's great. And that's a monthly thing?
Yep.
To keep you on track. So do people just stay on it until they feel that they've achieved their goals? Or kind of tell you like, you can spread your wings now?
The coaching program has 2 segments to it. The first one is 6 months and the second one is 6 months. So the whole program, if you want to do both, is a year long. But the beauty of it is I'm always going to be putting out new content so people can stay on it longer, because what's fun, and I've been through the high performance coaching program 3 times. And
3?
when you go through it,
that's awesome.
Well, when you go through it at a later date, you're in a different point in life.
Oh, that's true. So
you're
gathering.
working on different things.
That's great.
So
that's wonderful.
yeah, it's really valuable. It helps you at any point.
I have a high performance book.
Excellent.
I'm just starting it. It's pretty good. I actually have a lot of books. We won't get into that. Let's see. What is 3 things to tell your listeners advice or encouragement or whatnot to help them on their high performance journey?
Find someone that you click with, someone that you would like to follow. So for me, it was Brendan Burchard. Brendan wrote the book that you're talking about, High Performance Habits. And Brendan trained me to be a certified high performance coach. So I got my certification through him. And find someone that you like, that you want to watch on a regular basis, that you can learn from. Nowadays, people don't read books like they used to. I still read like crazy, which is funny because as a kid I hated reading, but that's a whole other story.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
My mom would be like,
Cliff Notes, where are they? Redford Grows, don't want to read it. Anything, don't want to read it. Now I'm like, 4 books. I got 2 in the morning, 2 at night. Let's do this.
But you find ways that work for you, things that fit in your life. So for me, for instance, with sharing Facebook Lives, if there's someone that you love to watch their Facebook Lives because you're learning. What happens for a lot of us is we get caught in a rut. And we just keep doing what we're doing. And what makes me sad and breaks my heart is when I meet a mom whose children are about to leave the house. And she hasn't fed her own passions, excitement, mission, desires. She's been so focused on the family that she's like, my kids go off to college or they're leaving the house in 6 months and I'm scared to death. I don't know what I'm going to do. Because their life so revolved around their children. So when I work with people, and the same's true with the dads, is what is it that you're doing on the side where you're feeding yourself through what brings you joy? And letting that get bigger and knowing that you're going to have a place to give your attention when your kids move out. Because for most of us, we had I joke with my husband, boy, it's back to just the 2 of us. This is how we started.
What do we do now? 18 years later.
It's like we still love each other. Isn't this awesome? So start thinking about making sure that you are on your own calendar. Make sure that you're on your priority list.
And you honor yourself. Honor your solitude, your whatever it is. I'm a firm believer. I learned the hard way when I had my son. I was very controlling. I'll do it. And I didn't take anybody's help. And that's the first advice I would give anybody that's going to be a new mom is like, get the help. Someone wants to come clean your house, let them. Someone comes cook for you, let them. Like, take time to yourself. Even if it's taking a nap, an extra long shower, anything, just do the self-love thing. And don't lose yourself, for sure. So I definitely agree with that. I get a lot of moms that come into the shop. And it's like, well, what's going to make you happy? Like, what do you love doing? If you love painting, do it.
And what's interesting about what you said is that those are moments that people offered help, and you're telling people to take it.
Yeah.
What I've learned is I lived for quite a long time thinking I can do everything myself.
Yes.
And I was very proud about that.
I think women do that. I busted my butt for 100 hours this week. And it's like, okay, when was the last time you had a massage? When was the last time you got a pedicure? When was the last time you took a walk out in nature? What do you, like, how,
So I talk with people about being willing to ask for help.
And
a neat way to look at it, and it's something that really helped me a lot, is people will ask me for help, and there are moments when it's just not a fit for me and I can't do it. But when it is a fit for me, I enjoy helping. I enjoy making a difference for them. And it's fun for me. So if someone else has the opportunity to do something for me and it'll make them feel good, why would I not want that?
Right.
And it was hard those first few times asking for help. But then what I realized after doing it a few times is we're supposed to ask for help. I mean, that's this whole connected community thing. I've often found that...
And people like it.
Oh, it's fun.
People are more than willing to, like, oh, you want me to come hold your baby? Or you want me to help you with this? Or you need a connection here? People, I love it when people ask me for help. It makes me feel better about myself that I'm doing something to help somebody else instead of just myself. Like, I love when people ask me for help.
When we're at a Women of Vision event and everyone goes around the circle and introduces themselves and says what they do, it's a great opportunity for you to figure out who in the room has knowledge that can help you. Because afterward, you can go up and talk to them and they would love to share with you. That's why they're there. So that is such an opportunity. I love going to the Women of Vision events.
Yes, they're definitely fun. And we have a great group of people that come, and like, you're only the second person that I Facebook Live, but I'm getting the hang of this, and it's actually really quite enjoyable. Well, I think that concludes our interview with Linda Fitzgerald. Do you want to kind of put in your website and all that good stuff for everybody?
Sure. And just a couple things I want to mention is there's a website called allreading.com, and I'm going to be featured on that in March.
Oh, cool.
And I'm also working on a productivity course. So if any of you have requests for productivity, send me a message and let me know on particular areas, and who knows, maybe it'll get added to the course. My website is getyourbetteron.com, and you can like my Facebook page at Linda M. Fitzgerald. And I also have another one, Get Your Better On.
Oh, on Facebook?
On Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and I hope this gets out to everybody and we see more views on it. She is a wealth of knowledge when you're trying to pursue your career and let go of fear and pursue your passion. And you don't have to do it all at once. There's baby steps. She'll guide you and hold your hand. She wants to do it. She wants to help you. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Take care.